All righty, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Inspired by Jimmy L. I love this wine. It is so good. I am not I'm sorry. San Antonio is not a sponsor of mine, but this is some good wine. San Antonio Sweet Red. It is so good. So anyway, not the purpose of today's show. As you guys know, I am Jimmy Ward Mize, and the name of the show is Inspired by Jimmy L. And if you have been following me at any point, you know that I've kind of fallen off a little bit of my positivity journey. I've kind of got knocked off my rails. And so I've been spending probably the last month getting back on track and rediscovering what my foundation has always been, which has been inspirational videos and clips. Whether listening to podcasts or YouTube videos, I've had a chance to rediscover or remember what it's like to be inspired by other people and what that inspiration actually does to me in the middle of a crisis, in the middle of my workday where I'm panicking and being able to listen to something or someone that's inspiring me. And so I've started to do my reactions, and my reactions are based off of where I am in this moment with everything that has happened around me. And the reaction that we're going to have, or I don't even know how to even word, maybe it's the wine, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, this podcast is about the reactions to different inspirational quotes and or speakers. And so today we are listening to Brené Brown and Simon Sinek, which are some amazing people. And if you've caught on to this theme, this week has been all about Brené Brown. And so I'm hoping that you're following along with it. And I hope that you have heard her. And I hope that you're inspired by her as well. But let's listen to this clip. This entire interview between the two of them is about 53 minutes long. We're not going to listen to all of that. We're only going to hear maybe 3 minutes of this. This particular part really moved me in regards to leadership. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, before I spoil it, let's get right into it. Right, like really quickly.
And it's a bonding experience. COVID is a bonding experience. World War II is a bonding experience.
Yeah, and that requires leadership. That requires, let's go back to your early point. In order for COVID, Texas tragedy to become an opportunity of deep shared humanity, you have to have leadership that frames it as that narrative.
And uses it to pull us together, not separate us.
That's exactly right. That's leadership.
And that goes back to what you were talking about with Churchill,
Yes.
or Martin Luther King, or any of these who we consider great leaders in our history, which is they used their words, they used their bully pulpits to take hardship and make it a shared experience and use that hardship to bring us together and not use it as a wedge to drive in between us. One was about advancing greater good, and the other one was to use it as a wedge just for personal gain.
That's why I go back to this fork in the road. Other-focused, self-focused.
Yeah.
Other-focused leaders, servant leaders, infinite mind leaders, daring leaders are other-focused.
And I know what Carr said. Carr said that the purpose of the infinite gain is to perpetuate the gain. And I hedge it a little bit when I talk about it so that people will continue to listen. I say stay in the game as long as possible. And then I say perpetuate the game. But the reality is, to truly be an infinite player, you're actually playing not for the good of yourself, you're playing for the good of the game. And we can see this in the best businesses, because the best businesses will come up with practices and then advertise and share what they're doing so that other businesses may benefit from what they figured out.
That's right.
So they do these things for the good of business. They literally share proprietary things. Costco will tell you, here's what we're doing. You should do this too because it works. It's not selfish, because they recognize that two companies selling the exact same product can both be really successful at the exact same time.
Yeah.
So we lose nothing by telling you how to make your business stronger.
Okay, so I know I cut that off a little bit early, but I was getting a little excited. So first thing first, so Tesla is one of the first companies that comes to mind. Tesla is an organization that loves to be forward thinking, and I'm not exactly sure about their culture, but I know I've heard him time and time again saying he has no problem sharing his technology, because his bigger goal, his bigger mission is to make sure that the rest of the world has easy access to electric vehicles, and whatever that takes. So whether that means building the biggest infrastructure there is, and then giving that information, giving that technology to the big automakers so that they can too also make vehicles that are compatible. I love, 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 love that philosophy, because at the end of the day, when you have a much bigger mission, when you have a much bigger goal in mind, honey, you don't mind a helping hand. You don't mind sharing what you know. Because at the end of the day, the more people that know, the more people that are able to help influence others, the more you are able to get what you want done. And so when I think about that, I think about leadership in organizations and how they run their organizations. One thing that I love and I pride myself on is I love leadership. I love leadership. I love being able to cultivate and create an inviting environment for my team. I love being able to do that. But I can't do that without their input. I can't do that without shared resources. Period. I just can't. So if you are a leader, or if you know someone that is, like if you work for one, don't be afraid to share this with them. Let them know that leadership itself, it really is a collaboration. We cannot live in these silos, okay? Just cannot happen. So leaders, I think it's time for us to step up and lead. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, needless to say, at the end of the day, I know we're doing the best that we can with the information and the tools that we have. I definitely know that. But leaders, we have to not be afraid to lead. And we do that, or we can do that, through collaboration. There we go. Alrighty. Share. To anyone that you know and or feel needs to be inspired by this video clip. I love you guys as always, and until the next one, namaste.